Well, hello and welcome to the home of one of the Championship's informed teams. In the words of Daniel Farker, team of the moment. Norwich City have won here against Wigan Athletic 1-0, a team that had won back-to-back games in terms of Wigan, of course, newly promoted, but catching the eye on their Championship return and with plenty of experienced heads and decent performance in their side. And felt like it before the game and felt like it during the game. A thorough examination of Norwich's improving form and improving fortunes, which are both good things to report on. It finished 1-0. Hello! Hello! What's your name?
Ethan.
Did you enjoy it, Ethan?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Oh, Vrancic scored. Penalty. Yeah.
Did you get? Did you get?
It's going to be on TV.
I don't know. I've got to decide. Whether.
Yeah, put it on TV. I want to be on TV.
Everyone wants to be on TV. What's your name?
Okay, Emma. I wasn't at the match.
You weren't at the match?
I was at the match.
Why are you here now?
I picked my brother.
It's switched. Oh, in the bottom three. We're fifth. We're gonna go up this season. I bet you.
This is brilliant. Hey, what's your name, sir?
Ollie.
Did you enjoy the game?
Yeah.
Did you actually watch the game?
Yeah, I was in the lower Barclays stand. Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was a really good game.
What's your name?
Badri.
Did you enjoy the game?
Yeah.
This is the reason I'm here.
So you actually did watch the game?
Yeah.
Who's your man of the match today?
Teddy.
Alex Tetty. He was brilliant. Did you know he didn't watch the penalty because he was so nervous?
I know. I saw him.
You know, you're all over it on Twitter, aren't you?
My
Brilliant.
man of the
Well done,
match
boys. Yes.
Would probably be closer.
Good shout. I like that.
And look, I have Grant Holt's signature and Grant Hanley's. I have all the Grants, all the Tims. I have absolutely loads.
Here's a new one. What's your name?
My name's Brett.
Did you enjoy the game, Brett?
Yes, I did. It was a very good game, but it was really close at times.
It was really close at times, wasn't
think
it?
it was
Was that the sort of game Norwich wouldn't have won last season?
I'm not sure, but I think we would have drew that game.
Yes, I agree. In fact, I was just about to say that, so you could probably do my job for you. Last word.
I think we would have won last season. We would if they were in our league. We would have won because we had like people like Madison.
Don't mention the M word. That's it. I'm calling it off. Well done, boys. Well done. There we go. There we go. Good work.
Great free kick for Leicester.
He did. He's a very good player. He's got Foster's back. Well done, boys. Well done. Yes, you can. Go on.
The referee is utter trash. He should be out. He should be sacked, really. But that's my
I can
words.
agree with that.
Yeah,
Well done for not swearing. That was good stuff. Well done, boys. Well, there you go. That is my match report for this afternoon. Anyway. Isn't that what it's all about? Young Norwich City fans enjoying it. I think that kind of sums up better than anything I'm going to say over the next 20 minutes the atmosphere here at Norwich City, where it's not just a question of Norwich having won 4 games on the spin in the Championship or being 5 wins on the bounce in all competitions. It is actually, as I've worked it out now, 8 wins in 11 matches across all competitions. Now, that's a sizable run. That's a trend more than a run in a way, and it shows really a level of consistency that we didn't see from Norwich last year. I've been quite keen to compare Norwich's, a season as it was panning out this year compared to last year, because in a way you see that September pan out last term and you think, well, we don't want that. Oh God, does everyone want to interrupt me? They want. Well, you give me a wave. Wave. There we go. Horribly unprofessional. I do apologise. 8 wins out of 11, I think I was saying. So that's a trend. And looking at last September when Norwich City were doing okay, it was their best run of the campaign. Oh my Lord, I'm going to give up in a minute. What was I saying? Norwich, their September last year was as good as they got last term, but they didn't really sustain it. And of course, if Norwich were going to do that again, then that would be an issue. But actually, Norwich, drew goalless, had a goalless draw here against Burton, had a goalless draw here against Bristol City, had to rely on a 95th minute equaliser to draw at home to Hull. So although they were good, keeping clean sheets and ticking along unbeaten, they were dropping points. This time, of course, as I said, 5 wins unbeaten in all competitions, 4 in the league. It's a much more consistent run. Of course, the matter of that is a penalty in the 86th minute that Mario Vrancic tucked away with impeccable coolness, I might add, and another impressive substitute appearance from him. He's really pushing hard for a start out of all the people getting involved. But what I'm trying to say is Norwich are racking up more points in their good form. Now, of course, some will feel that's going to be a good buffer then for when they do dip in form. And I think that's probably a good, healthy mindset to have at the moment. But just to look at the table, Norwich are 5th. They're only 3 points, I think, off the top. And you do kind of feel, looking at the teams Norwich have played, I mean, Wigan were in great form. Norwich probably shouldn't have lost to West Brom, really, because they gifted a couple of howlers. They were very close in the game against Sheffield United, albeit very slow starters as well. They've beaten Middlesbrough here. I don't know, is there much to fear in this championship? There are teams like Swansea who are ticking on. It's still only 10 games. It's hideously early, and Norwich are only 3 points, I think, off 15th. So, as I said, but in terms of a platform, in terms of looking at a season laid before you and thinking, all right, maybe there's some positives to take, I think if you can't do that after 4 wins on the bounce, then you really are going to struggle to take that at any point. So it's good news. Norwich should have had a penalty in the first half. I think there was a bit of debate, but having heard from Shea Dunkley, who brought down Teemu Pukki as he ran through, all the noises seemed to me to indicate that it should have been a penalty. The referee didn't even give a free kick. Obviously felt that the defender got the ball. The referee got booed most of the game. He had hideous control of the game. It just wasn't a very good performance. I think down here against Preston, Gavin Ward was the referee and didn't get that sort of reaction, so we all have bad days at the office. Norwich were unchanged again, which is good, but likewise Daniel Farke was very proactive with his substitutions, which I think it needed to be, and it was nice to see Norwich have a bit of variety and mix it up, because I'll be honest, Wigan had it set up perfectly in terms of a game, especially in the first half. They were very high up at the back. They didn't really press and harry Norwich, but they just sat there, almost just getting in the way. They made their pitch really small, and Norwich couldn't get expansive around them, and that just condensed the pitch, left the Norwich with no space to really play through, and it caused Norwich quite a lot of issues in the first half. That said, Wigan did manage a shot on target all game as far as I know, and likewise in actual fact, as the second half got going and kind of wore on, it became quite evident that Wigan were really trying to hold out for a point the longer it went on, and as I said, teams would have managed that last year. It was nice that story was changed up, because there's no doubt about it, Norwich created so many good chances. They thoroughly deserved to win this game. Marco Stiepermann continues to be a revelation. Had a lovely chat with Mario Vrancic about him, actually, and I'm sure you'll see that over the next few days. But Mario just did so much all over the park, apart from score goals, which was kind of the thing he was renowned for doing as a young kid, apparently, at Borussia Dortmund. So bring those goals, Marco. You were born to score them, in your own words. That was the only thing missing. I thought he was outstanding today. Conversely, maybe we're getting to the point, a lot of games... Max Aarons and Jamal Lewis had a difficult game of it, and also Todd Cantwell found it difficult on his first league outing at home. I say difficult, they gave the ball away, they made mistakes, they're young players, still hugely inexperienced. Fair credit to all of them though, because none of them really hid, especially Todd, who was constantly involved. In fact, he almost failed to hide, to the point of almost getting himself sent off with 2 truly horrific kicks in the space of about 5 seconds in the first half. But you know what? He never shone away from the ball, always was willing to be involved, despite things maybe not really happening for him. And I think half the time he was getting a bit of an ear bashing from Daniel Farke on the touchline. And it's fair to say everyone was in the first half, because Norwich were quite slow to get going. The good thing is they had gears, and once they got going, they did the business, which was, of course, a very good and lovely thing to see. I feel like I've missed quite a lot, but you know what? Job done. It was one of the good days, and everyone played a part in what is a lovely little run that's ticking along nicely. It takes Norwich to Pride Park on Wednesday to face Frank Lampard's Derby County, as I believe they've changed their name via T-Poll. So we'll see what Frank's got in store for Daniel Farke's men. That's going to be a proper challenge. We'll have to see what comes of it. But for now, let's just enjoy the fact that Norwich are in such a good run of form. They've secured a decent platform in their season. And actually, at this point, regardless of what happens at Derby, which is going to be a really tough challenge, they're in a decent position to prove that when their good run does end, this time, unlike last season, they can get back to being consistent and picking up points. Because then we can start to think that this side is actually capable of achieving something this season. Much more reaction, analysis, comment, and what's another word? Pictures. Have pictures. You'll be able to find those at PinkUn.com. I almost forgot the address.